Good morning, I'm Araka Tom and welcome to P&B Sports Show where we break the game beyond the scoreline. Last night in the Premier League, results shook the top six conversation. Chelsea stumbled away at Fulham, dropping crucial points in the tight title and Champions League race, while Brentford win over Sunderland quietly, which changed the mid-table picture with ripple effect reaching the top half. Today we break down what went wrong for Chelsea and what Fulham got right, how Brentford controlled Sunderland, and most importantly, how these results reshaped the Premier League top six. Joining me this morning are Sunday Abel, our in-house analyst, and Errol John, football analyst all the way from Benin City. Good morning, gentlemen, and welcome to the show.
Good morning, and good morning, Eru, from the ancient city of Benin. But I like calling Eru in Bracadabra for sports. Eru has corrected this before now, but Eru, good morning as well. Tom, good morning.
Good morning. Good morning,
Tom. Good morning, Mr. Sammy. It's a pleasure to be with you once again. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. So let's go back to what happened last night. I think we saw a Chelsea side that lost to Fulham. A Chelsea side that was one man down, that had a red card. Also, and a Fulham side that had the first goal at the back of the net, and then Chelsea came back up to tie the match, and Fulham came back again to win that match. Then we also saw a Brentford versus Sunderland side, a Brentford side that utterly decimated Sunderland just to struggle for a top six spot. Then we also saw a Man City side that also could not win yesterday. Then we saw an Aston Villa versus Crystal Palace, an Aston Villa side that also struggled to get a goal at the back of the net against the Crystal Palace side. Aaron, let me start with you. What is your opinion on everything that played yesterday?
Okay, first of all, this is the game of football. Anything goes, anything can happen. What we witnessed yesterday is just another scene in the movie. Yes, please act 1 scene 21. You see, the season is getting hotter. And I told this something before that by December and January, we'll start to separate men from boys.
Yeah.
And the Premier League table is concerned.
But I want to say something. You are putting on a Chelsea jersey. So are you the men that are in the conversation? Are they from the first position on the table to the 8th position? I'm just trying to understand. Or are they from the first to the 5th or 6th?
The men on the table are from the first position to 5th because that's the Champions League sport. Okay,
so basically you are letting us know that Chelsea they are the boys on the table.
Presently, Chelsea and Manchester United are the boys on the table.
Okay, that's okay. Okay, so what is your opinion? Yesterday we saw.
Yeah.
Yesterday we saw a Chelsea side that struggled against Fulham. Do you think it's because they are still in the process of bringing in a new manager to the bench?
No. I don't think that was the situation yesterday. Not at all. Actually, there's an interim manager who I believe that at some point he was studying and learning under the coach that just left Enzo Maresca. You see, I think the red card played a huge factor. Getting a red card as early as that in that game, and not just any kind of player, arguably the best defender at the back line, Marco Corella, is surely going to take a toll. And then we're not playing against them. We're playing against Fulham. It's a formidable team. It's a team that I know they are not in their best right now, but it's not. I don't forget that match was a derby, not just a derby. That's the closest London derby. I mean, we're playing against our neighbors. If you are going down this payment, these are the owners of the stadium we are using presently, or the former owners of the sphere. So it was a London derby. We should not forget that Fulham is a London derby. Fulham Chelsea is a London derby. They are neighbors. They are very close to each other in London. So it was always going to be an intense encounter. And then having Chelsea go down 10 man defense after Marco Bella getting a very unnecessary red card, it further affected the game. I must tell you the truth. Considering the way Chelsea have been this season, I was even very surprised that Chelsea were able to pull up a goal at the point they were trying to hold onto the game. Chelsea tried. I won't take that away from them. Yes, the result was disappointing, but I give kudos to the team for being able to even hold the match up to that level. When the red card came, I told myself that I'm going to collect three. That's what I told myself that it's going to be very much. Because even when we are complete, we find it difficult to score, especially against teams that are not so big. And then we are down to 10. Kukurela get that's our best defender for me this season. I will not say Rich James because we barely use Rich James for defense. That's our best defender gets a red card. So what is left to play? So that encounter, the loss was not surprising to me. I'm not going to lie about that. Yeah, was it painful? Yes, because at this point, we are trying to fight to stay top four. The loss was painful. Losing points game after game was disappointing. But I saw it coming, especially when the rest came. So, like I was saying earlier, this is January. We are already midway into the season. As a matter of fact, some teams are already even beginning to play their second leg fixtures are beginning to kick off. You see, the table is taking shape. From now on, before the end of this month, I can just try to tell you that, okay, this particular team is going to finish top four, this particular team is on course to win the league. The only sad reality for me now is that I may have to be alive to witness Arsenal win the Premier League. I don't know, I'm going to tell my unborn children that I witnessed Arsenal win the Premier League in 2026. But it's beginning to look like a reality. I don't know the magic. If Liverpool were to be a serious team, I would have said Liverpool were to do the damage today, but they're not a serious club. So the table is beginning to take shape. Things are beginning to know where they belong, and we are midway into the show. Yeah.
Okay, so Mr. Abel, I remember having a conversation with you on this program, and I told you, and I think we also had this discussion with Walter when he came on the program, and I said something. I said we might actually see an Arsenal side that might take this league just because they fortified their bench. They have a very, very versatile team with getting players like Eze and the rest. So I think that Arsenal argument was valid, and you said you were going to hold me to my words. So I think it's beginning to take shape. But bringing it back to Chelsea and Fulham, it seems like Fulham set up a compact and disciplined defense, limiting Chelsea's central position. And it also seems like they targeted Chelsea's full-back zones, also forcing Chelsea's wide and cutting offside combinations. So it seems like Fulham also played with clarity. They made sure that their defense was first, and they countered Chelsea with purpose. In your own opinion, coming to Chelsea, what exactly went wrong?
Well, I think I never even I expected Chelsea to win that game yesterday. Why did I say so? Because we have a couple of players. Three of their best players are not even there. They are in AFCON. Talking about Kevin Bassey, talking about Moby that was exceptional all through this season. Also, and is it Chukwueze or something? What's the other guy's name again? I can't remember.
Yeah,
Chukwueze that was a very, very important part of that team. So making this three guys, I was thinking that somehow they're going to struggle. But again, that doesn't take away that they did so well. And also, Chelsea losing 2-1, I think it's just a whole lot of credit. Because missing like rightly said, we realized one of their best defenders, as early as 20 minutes, that's when they got that red card. And Chelsea struggled with that with that kind of defense. They struggled with Fulham. So I think something in that they got the trouble. But then people coming back to equalize that game with one man down is something you have to give credit to this guy as well. And you will see a couple of chances that also they missed. You say, okay, yes, look, it's also against the Chelsea side. So I think that somehow, I want to believe that Chelsea did not play badly, to be honest. My own opinion though, Chelsea didn't play badly, though they're one man down, but they're still coming out of Fulham as well. But I would say that the god of football was against the Chelsea. The Chelsea team and also the Fulham team. But again, I think the second goal, nobody could come out on that guy that just smashed in. If someone could just come out, because already the keeper was even blocked. If you look at the second goal very well, so I will not also blame the keeper. So the defender also were somehow sloppy. So I didn't they could just come out and press any ball, come out on them. At least you know that okay, fine, getting a point in this game will put a whole lot because it will push Manchester United backward. In go different matches, Chelsea better. But again, we're talking about Eru said something about the men is to protect the but if you look at it from the fourth position, which is Liverpool, to this eighth position, it's just 3 points for Christ. Just
Mr. Ibel, we will talk about the table later, but I want to ask you a very, very crucial question. Was Chelsea's loss to you more tactical or mental, especially with the fact that they were one man down, and they are expecting a coach like Liam Rossignol, but they have to do it in McFarlane. So do you think that it is more of a mental thing or a tactical thing?
I think it's no. I think it's more tactical because them even going down with one man, them going down how they go with them going down one man, and they were still fighting. Mentally, they know that they want to win that game, but I think tactically that's where they got it wrong. Mentally, I think Chelsea was there. They wanted to win that game. They fought back. They got the goal, but tactically, I think that's where the deficiency was.
Okay, so Aaron, bringing it back to you. We have seen a Chelsea that seems to be struggling against low block teams away from home. So in your own opinion, what do you think Chelsea should do so that they can stop struggling against low block teams? Because it seems like any team that decides to have a tight midfield and a defense, they find it really, really hard to penetrate and end up struggling. And every other team has started realizing that this is the way to play Chelsea. In your own opinion, what do you think?
Okay, I think we have had this conversation some time ago. I think that's one of the problems that Enzo Maresca could not really find a solution for before he left, sadly. I want to believe that the new coach will look into that because you see, like you have rightly said, Chelsea, go and check both teams that Chelsea have lost to in the Premier League this season, except for Manchester United. The others, they play low block. They don't come out, they sit back, they sit at home. And then they are often, I don't want to call them small things in both, but for context sake, they are often the small things because, like you have rightly said, they have also found out that, okay, when we play in this manner against Chelsea, they find it difficult. I think Chelsea under Enzo Maresca over time, they knew how to play against big teams more. They knew how to do well against the better teams than the smaller teams, tactically and otherwise. So I want to believe that the new coach, even if I am not a fan of him, sincerely, it looks more like a PhD teacher to me than a coach. I want to believe that he will be able to prove me wrong and find a solution to that problem. Because coming into the team, I am very certain he will have time to go back to review some matches. He watched the game yesterday. He watched the entirety of the game. He's going to observe some things. He's going to see some things. I mean, he will ask questions. He has a coaching crew. He's going to ask questions. He's going to see the previous performances of the team under the previous gaffer, and then he take it up from there. So I'm trusting and believe that he will be able to find the solution to that problem because, I mean, he too is going to introduce his own tactics, his own formation, his own choice of players, his own mentality into the players going forward. So let's just be hopeful as Chelsea fans that whatever he brings to the team brings a solution to Chelsea playing against low block teams. Yeah.
Okay. But we are looking at a Chelsea.
Sorry.
Yes.
Another reason why I think we often find it very difficult to penetrate low block teams is because we do not have a creative winger. The only one we have as of now should be Estaval,
yes.
He often does not get regular starting time. If you remember, Chelsea went in the likes of Eden Hazard, the likes of William, they were there. You see, one of the things you see, when you watch the likes of Real Madrid, when you watch the likes of Barcelona, when you even watch the likes of Manchester City, take for example yesterday, you see what forget the Manchester City in no way. When you watch the likes of Jeremy Doku with the ball on the wing, no matter how many people are in the box, you are certain that this person can dribble to three players and create an opportunity. It was a result of the dribble that brought the penalty that Manchester City scored yesterday. Chelsea does not have a player like that. Look at what Pedro Neto was doing yesterday. He was only able to deliver one successful cross. He was playing bladadash. It's always a problem. We do not have a creative winger.
Okay,
So when they tend to shoot back, you don't have a player that can penetrate it.
Okay, so that's fantastic. But as a Chelsea fan and also as a football analyst, do you think that Chelsea are still title contenders?
I will take your question from Akazi. I will take that as Akazi. Title contenders that are sitting almost 10 points behind the league leaders, and they don't even look promising. The problem is this: it is not a matter of sitting 6th or 7th on the table. The problem is that 6th or 7th that you are sitting in on the table, are you doing well? Are you progressing? Are you winning? You cannot say you are contending for titles. You are dropping points every week. You are either drawing or losing games. And then the person that is top of the table or even number 2 on the table, they find a way to always struggle to win 1-0, 2-1. I don't know what that title from there. Like, as we speak, just have a title from there. What we are trying to do now is to finish in a Champions League spot. That's the battle as I know. No longer we have removed our shots from the title not because of the fact that Arsenal they have so number of points, but because of the fact that we are not doing well. If maybe we are winning it, the only person that are qualified right now to call themselves title contender are Manchester City. And I'll tell you why, because this is the only team that yes, although these last 2 games they've dropped a total of 4 points, they've had back-to-back draw. This is the only team that the team that is topping the table is winning. This is the only team that is winning. Even you will hear Arsenal fans shake.
Okay, it seems like we lost Ero John there. But bringing it back, Ero, I know we can continue talking about the Fulham Chelsea match all day because you are a lover of Chelsea. But let's move on to Brentford Sunderland. And I'm going to bring this to you, Mr. Abel. It seems like we saw a Brentford side that completely and utterly decimated a Sunderland side by winning them 3-0. And Brentford played with high energy pressing. You know, they played with quick vertical passes and strong second ball dominance. And for Sunderland, they had struggles where that they had difficulty playing out under pressure. They also had midfield gaps exposed, and they had poor defensive transition. And it seems like this matters a lot because Brentford continue to take points from teams below, which keeps pressure on clubs chasing European spots. But in your own opinion, how important are results like this for Brentford at the moment, getting into the top 6 race? Abel, are you with us? Abel, are you with us? Okay, it seems like he can't hear us at the moment. But Ero, I'm going to bring that question to you. How important are results like this for Brentford moving forward? Because it seems like they keep taking points from teams below them.
Yes, it's very, very important. It's very, very important. You see, we are at the stage of the season where every point counts, every single point counts, because you saw what Mr. Ebe said before now, that from the 4th position, which is Liverpool, to the 8th position, is just a 3 points difference. That goes to show that we are all side by side. We are all close to each other.
I think
some of them are.
Continue, Ero. Just continue, Ero. Continue.
Okay, some of them I think is just goal difference that is separating them. So it's very important at this point. And one thing that distinguishes you when you are either a title contender or a top four contender is the fact that
Yes.
you need to accumulate as
Can you
much
hear?
points as you can. I always tell people in football that anybody that you can beat, make sure you beat them very well. Any team that you know you can beat
Can you
them
hear?
very well. When you meet a team that you can oppress, please do well to oppress them very well. Don't sit back. So and I think Brentford have been doing that
I'm
this
hearing
season.
you.
There have been some games that we have
Okay.
watched them win, and they win comfortably. So it is very important for them going forward because I know there are some games that will come that they will find it difficult to win, especially when they play against the likes of Liverpool, Arsenal, Manchester City. They will struggle to get wins. So now that they can play their mates and they can defeat them, please, it is very important going forward, and this will help them in trying to finish top four. Yeah.
Okay. If we can, please bring up the EPL format table before yesterday's match. Previous table before yesterday's match. Okay, so before the matches yesterday, we had Chelsea at 5th position. We had Manchester United at 6th. We had Brentford at 7th. Then Sunderland at 8th. But as at today, please bring the table back to the present table. But as at today, the table drastically changed. We can see a Brentford side that is at 5th position from 7th position. We can see them at 6th position. We can see a Chelsea side that was 5th position now at 8th position. We can see a Newcastle side at 6th position, and we can also see and a Manchester City side that have 42 points yesterday but now have 43 points because they drew. In your own opinion, Mr. Abel, if you are still with us, what do you think about the current Premier League table, and what analysis have you been able to get from the Premier League table? If he's not with us, let's go back to Errol John, and Errol John, just give us your take on the table at the moment with the matches that were played yesterday.
Okay, the table is presently taking a dramatic turn.
Okay. Yeah.
Table dramatic turn. The table is down.
I've been taking it off.
Continue, Errol, just continue, please.
Okay, the table is taking a dramatic turn right now. We have seen things that if they tell a 10-year-old child that at a time this isn't to a second position on the table, the child will argue. So Chelsea is presently 7th or 8th position, and the results yesterday are in, and they've affected the table, the way the table is presently. The results today from the Arsenal-Liverpool game is also going to change the rhythm of the table. Whichever team wins is going to also affect the table positively or negatively. You see, so this is a very dramatic one, and I don't think we have seen anything like this before, especially for the fact that we have seen the likes of Brentford, the likes of Sunderland, the likes of Newcastle, all in the top 8. And you begin to ask yourself, where's the likes of Tottenham? Where's the you see, it's cost for before what we used to see was, especially from 1st to 6th position, there are always the Manchester United, Chelsea, Liverpool, Arsenal, Tottenham.
Yeah.
They are just switching positions there. They are just switching positions. Today, Chelsea can be second, tomorrow they are third, Manchester United can be fourth, tomorrow they are second. But that's not what we see this day. It shows that football has evolved. So what we are seeing on the table now, I can tell you for a fact that there are still some things on that top 6 or top 7 that will go down the pecking order. But I don't want to conclude for now. Personally, I don't see the likes of Brentford finishing in top 6. I can tell you for a fact. Personally, that's my personal opinion. I don't see the likes of Brentford finishing there. But I just think that for now, they should have their shine. For now, they should have their shine. You see, and then when the Champions League gets into knockout stages, the FA Cup gets into a more intense position and all of that, when competition begin to choke even more and competition, you now see that where you now get to see things they want to rest a player for the FA Cup game because they want to use that player in the Champions League, or
Yes.
they want to use that player in a particular Premier League game. So this form of events will also go further to affect the table positively and negatively. So for now, the table is a surprising one. I never would have thought that the table would be like this in January, sincerely.
Okay. Mr. Abel, I think coming back to you, I think there are three teams that seem like they've secured European spot, which are Arsenal, Man City, and Aston Villa. Arsenal have 48 points. They are leading both Man City and Aston Villa with 5 points. Then we can also see a Man City side that is on top of Aston Villa with goal difference of 17. What is your own opinion with these three teams, and how do you think that they've performed so far? Do you think that there is any other team, especially a team like Liverpool? Do you think a team like Liverpool can crack into these top 3 spots, considering the fact that Liverpool just have 34 points?
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, I was trying to explain something before the network take off 2 or 3 times now. And let me start from there before I get to what you're saying. Eru talked about separating the boys from the men, and I was trying to explain that from the 3rd or 4th position, I beg your pardon, to the 8th position, it's just 3 points as guys. So anything can happen, and I still think that it's still very early in the season to determine what will happen in the top 6. Yes, like you rightly said, the top 3 years, it's like they've defined their positions already. They've stamped their ground already because of the gap that they've given. Because 43 to that's approximately that's like 9 or 10 points, assuming my calculation are correct. From that, I'm talking about from the top 3 to from the top 2 to the 4th position, will have like a 5 to 10 point difference. But coming to what you think that you don't know if okay, you're talking about the top 3 if they've already defined. Yes, definitely. They've already gotten their position. But we can still not. This is football. Anything can happen. You get that 10 points you are looking at can in a speed of 2 weeks. It can just snap. They can even throw it away. Never can tell. But everyone just need to be very careful. But the most important thing they have right now, that they have an advantage, they have a very good team. They can just sit down and try to see how they can build on that momentum. Then coming back to Chelsea. I still don't like Chelsea up. I don't think Chelsea is going to go up. I think Chelsea can still finish top 4. My only fear is Manchester United, honestly. Manchester United, I would really love them to finish top, but if they have the charisma as it is right now, I don't think so. The coach that they are going to bring is going to be a very huge factor. If they want to go and bring a second-class coach like they used to do, then they have their time to do it. Because I think it's a hard time, it's a very huge time for them to make a decisive decision.
Okay. Mr. Abel, that's fantastic. I think that's a fantastic analysis from your end. Well, gentlemen, thank you so much for your in-depth analysis. Right now, we are going to be moving on to our next segment on P&B Sports Show, and our next segment on P&B Sports Show is the Athlete of the Day segment, and our Athlete of the Day is Harvey Barnes, Newcastle winger and one of the most decisive attackers in the Premier League right now. Barnes produced a match-winning brace in a dramatic 4-3 victory over Leeds on January 7, 2026, earning Man of the Match honours and underlining his value in big moments. Harvey Barnes began his career at Leicester City, rising through the academy before becoming a key figure in their historic FA Cup winning side. Known for his direct running, explosive pace and clinical finish, Barnes built a reputation as a winger who delivers goals, not just flair. His move to Newcastle United elevated his profile further, fitting perfectly into a high-intensity system where quick transitions and wide overloads are crucial. He is our Athlete of the Day because He changed the game decisively with 2 goals. He delivered under pressure in a high-scoring, emotionally charged match. He showed elite moments, composure, and finishing. His performance directly secured 3 crucial points for Newcastle and moved them up the table. When moments demanded calm and conviction, Harvey Barnes delivered, and that's why he is our athlete of the day. As it seems like as the Premier League table tightens, one truth becomes clear. There are no easy games, only costly mistakes. Chelsea stumble, Brentford efficiency and standout individual performance like Harvey Barnes remind us why league remains the most unforgiving in the world of football. My thanks to Abel Sunday and Ero John for their insights this morning. Thank you so much, gentlemen. Well, for in-depth insights on our sports updates, follow us on all our social media platforms. On YouTube at Politics&BusinessTV.English, Facebook at Politics&BusinessTV.English, Instagram at PNBTV.English, X at PNBTV_ENG. I'm Aaron Kotom, and this has been PNB Sports Show, where the game never ends at the final whistle. Have a great day, and we'll see you next time.